What we do in between our highest probability trades will determine our success as active traders in the market. This is the quote that we're going to focus on in order to help you better control that feeling of FOMO that we all feel when we come to the trading desk. Look, we've all been there. We've all felt that compulsion to click the button and be in a trade that doesn't fit our system, that doesn't fit what we know we do best. So instead of ignoring the problem, let's address it head on in order to prevent it from impacting our decisions going forward. So in this video, I want to share with you a few tips on how I've worked really hard to overcome the FOMO in my own trading to help you then make better decisions going forward. If these tips help you, just make sure you smash the thumbs up button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Before we get into the tips that I have for you, I do want to make sure I plug today's sponsor, Surfshark. So you probably have heard of Surfshark because a lot of people on YouTube are using them as a sponsor right now. That's how I found them. But I love their product, so I reached out and I said, how can I bring your product to my audience? The reason I think it's so important for you guys to be using a company like Surfshark is because it is easier than ever for our passwords and our information to be stolen from our computers and our cell phones. Surfshark makes it super easy to protect all of your data on all of your devices. So if you go to surfshark.deals/ASFX, I'm going to put the link in the description. It's flashing on the screen here. You're going to get 3 months free and an 83% discount. It's crazy how cheap it is, considering the value that it brings to you. Again, I don't do sponsors a lot for this type of stuff for our YouTube videos, but I want to make sure that if you guys are actively on the internet, which I'm sure you are because of our trading, you need to be protecting your data. And Surfshark just makes it super easy. I connect really quick, and you can actually connect to any internet server anywhere in the world. So if you want to watch The Office and it's not on Netflix in your country, you can get on the Netflix in another country and make it happen. But more importantly, the security is why I want you guys to be aware of it. So Surfshark, thank you for the sponsorship. Now let's get back to the video. The first thing that we always need to bring up when we talk about FOMO is that you have to remind yourself that this isn't something that just you are struggling with. All of us, every person that's actively trading struggles to some extent with that fear of missing out, that feeling of, oh, there's something moving, I need to be in that. So what you need to do is, instead of trying to just block that feeling out and ignore it, accept that we all feel it because it's human nature, and just don't let it control the decisions that you make. So how do you do that? To me, I think you have to just make a couple of simple choices. Number one is that you want to find a system, a rule set that you can use that's proven profitable, because that's where you can then allocate real capital. I have a demo account. I think a lot of traders still have demo accounts, and I use that demo account to take trades that don't fit that edge. If I'm looking at silver and I see risk reward on silver, maybe I'll take that trade on my demo account. But I'll also mark up the trade, take a markup of it, and document what I'm seeing, because that can then build another strategy. That could be another edge that I'm seeing. But because it's not tested and behind that original set of rules, that original system that we know to be profitable, it doesn't get real capital. So that's the first decision. It's to have a system of rules and commit to only putting your real hard-earned money behind those rules, and make sure that the rules are tested. The second decision that I think we all have to make is that we don't want to get distracted with what other people are saying or doing. Social media, the group chat stuff, that's where FOMO can really come out and flex. So what I'm advocating to a lot of the people I'm doing coaching calls with, I had one this morning with a guy that we were just talking about this. I said to him, don't go into the group chat. He's showing me his analysis, he's showing me his charts, and they look great. And I'm like, why do you feel like you need to go talk to other people and justify your ideas and get feedback right now when you're already doing great analysis on your own? Come back to the group chat later after the idea, but don't look to someone else to validate the analysis that you're doing, because I think a lot of you are smarter than you give yourselves credit for, especially if you already have a system and you already have something in front of you that's tested and proven profitable. Just work it. Just make it work for you. You don't have to justify that to anybody else. And I think if you try to, and you try to get opinions from other people, that's where a lot of FOMO can come in, because he'll say, no, that doesn't look good here. You should actually be looking at this. Come look at this. And then all of a sudden, you're way off your original analysis in somewhere you don't even have any, place being. The third simple decision that I think we all have to make when it comes to controlling FOMO and not letting it impact our decisions is being understanding that we're exactly where we are supposed to be. We're not behind, we're not ahead, we're exactly where we're supposed to be. It's a little rah-rah, right? A little bit spiritual, but it's true that if we can accept where we're supposed to be, then that's actually making us commit to the longer term vision, the longer term value then of what we're doing, what that can bring us. So What I'm saying is if we can accept this is where I'm supposed to be, you won't feel FOMO, because if you do your analysis and you go through the checklist and you know the rules that you're trading are profitable and you don't see any trade ideas, nothing somebody says on social media, nothing anything else goes on, nothing will distract you and make you feel that FOMO, because you know you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're on your path. You went through your rules, you stuck to your system, and that's what you're really grading yourself on. As traders, we don't grade ourselves on our P&L. At the end of the day, we do, but in the process of it, we're focused more on how well are we following the rules, because individual trade outcomes are really irrelevant. If you have a winning set of rules, a winning system, it's going to be profitable for you in the long run, no matter what. So that's where the focus has to be. So going forward, if you can make those 3 simple decisions that I just mentioned, I think past that, building a routine that keeps you busy, especially on weeks like this week, it's NFP week. If you have a week or a day where you have no trade ideas, get yourself away from the desk. Don't go into the group chat looking for an idea. Don't go onto Instagram looking for some signal. Don't do that. Stick to the rules that you have in front of you. Again, this all goes back to that first decision of sticking to the rules and having a system. If you don't have a system, click the link in the description. I'm going to put information about our systems so you can learn there. But if you have this system, building a routine that keeps you off the chart and keeps you busy is huge. Go to the gym, get outside, get your vitamin D. It's more important now than ever. Do something else. Have another business. We have tons of traders. I have other businesses, other investments. Trade other markets. Get out of the Forex stuff if it's not there, because otherwise you're eventually going to have FOMO creep in and it's going to have you make a decision, have you jump into a trade that you have no business being in. And the last thing, I mentioned this a little bit before, have a demo account. Take some of the trades on a demo account if you have to click the button. If you see risk reward and you got to be in something and you love watching the money move, do it on a demo account, but be able to separate and say, I am treating this with fake money, but I'm going to mark this up and analyze it to see if it could be an edge for my real money in the future. Don't just be clicking randomly on the demo account, because that builds bad habits to the live account. The whole thing, you've got to take it very, very seriously, right? It's a business, but you can use that practice account to scratch the itch sometimes that I know we all have. Trying to ignore it is foolish. Let it be there. Be aware of it. That is the goal. Awareness is the goal. So I'm hoping that this video brings you value. I'm hoping that now you understand with FOMO, we all feel it, but the goal, like I just said, is to be aware of it and not let it impact the decisions that we make. Stick to the rules. Don't let other people come in and make you feel FOMO. They have no business in your trading plan, and commit to the long term. You're right where you're supposed to be. And if you accept that fully, keep working hard, that long-term vision might come a little sooner than you think. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope that this video helps. If it does, hit the thumbs up button. That's really all I ask. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos. I appreciate your time very much. Thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring the video. The link for that is in the description for you guys as well. Make sure you sign up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.